First day. "I'm Angela Bowman, the new start," said the tall, thin girl as she knocked on the open door of a room where a woman sat at a desk with her nose up against a computer screen. "Ah, come in," said the woman, rising from her seat. "I'm Jane Cuthbert, head of the office staff," she continued, holding her hand out to Angela. "Goodness, how warm," thought Angela as she shook the woman's hand. "And you know what they say about warm hands," her mind warned. "Mr. Jenkins said you'd be starting today. I'll show you to your desk," said Jane, leaving the room. Angela followed her along a wide hallway of light green painted walls and grey linoleum. They passed several offices where people sat at desks, talking on the telephone or skimming through email accounts. "This is your home from now on," Jane said as they entered a big room with main office in black letters on the door, where 5 girls sat at desks. Angela ran her hands down the black suit she had bought for the job as she stood timidly behind Jane Cuthbert. "Listen up, folks," Jane announced. "Oh no, she's not going to," thought Angela. "This is Angela Bowman. She'll be taking over from Lorna Fife in ordering." All Angela could manage was a mock salute. "This is your desk here," said Jane, moving to a desk which faced another desk where a red-haired girl stood up and shook hands with Angela. "I'm Sally," said the girl. "Okay, I'll leave you to it," said Jane. "Sally will show you the ropes." Angela sat at her desk and switched the computer on, then opened the drawers, finding 2 pens in one. She shut them and stared out of the window at the cars entering the car park. "Where did you work before?" he asked. "I worked for a small company in Arbroath," said Angela, pushing her long brown hair over her shoulders on either side. "You're from Arbroath, then?" "Yeah, I've got a flat there, but I thought I would come and work in the big city of Dundee." "For more money?" "For more money," agreed Angela. "Right, come on," Sally said, rising from her desk. "First things first." The tall redhead led Angela to a corner of the room where a kettle sat on a unit beside a large zinc and draining board next to a fridge, which had several white containers on top. "There's a rota for buying coffee and tea each month," said Sally, pointing to a form stuck on the wall. "What do you want, coffee or tea?" she asked while putting on the kettle. "Tea, please," Angela replied, looking around the room. "What's Mrs. Cuthbert like?" "She's a stuck-up cow. The rumour-mongers say she's having an affair with Mr. Jenkins," sniggered Sally. "He interviewed me. I noticed the wedding ring." "Yeah, he's married." "And are they?" "Come on." "We'd better go and do some work," said Sally as she handed Angela a steaming mug. A fair-haired boy with the top of his overalls tied by the sleeves around his waist entered the office at 11:45. He started going round the desks, writing orders in a notebook. "You're new here, aren't you?" he asked Angela as he approached her desk. "Yes, I just started today," Angela answered. "I'm Tom from the workshop. I take orders for the bakers up the road. Would you like anything?" "I'd watch him if I were you, Angela," said Sally while staring at Tom, who began to smile as he looked down at his notebook. "I'll have a cheese and pickle sandwich, Tom, thank you," said Angela with a smile. The boy then collected the order and left the room. "He's all right," exclaimed Angela. "Yeah, I met him at a dance once. He told me he was related to the boss and tried to get off with me." "Oh, poor you. You got a lad then, Angela?" "Nobody at the minute. I broke up with a guy I went for a year a few weeks ago, so I'm happy to play the field." Not a bad place to work, thought Angela as she approached her car at the end of the day. She would fit in fine, especially as Mr. Jenkins was her Uncle Ian.